सबसे पहली बात तो एटलेटिको मैड्रिड को किसने बुलाया फुटबॉल फील्ड पर मुझे जानना है, बिकॉज उन लोग फुटबॉल खेलने तो नहीं आते. These players, the Atletico Madrid manager, the team, entire Atletico Madrid fandom, the crowd that comes to the stadium, ये सबको लाठी चार्ज करनी है. ये सबको सिर्फ मार पीट करना है. WWE में ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट है. दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन प्लेइंग फुटबॉल, दे आर इंटरेस्टेड इन प्लेइंग WWE. तो लोगों को साथ मारपीट करना, गुंडागर्दी करना, छपरीगिरी करने में इन लोग की क्या कहते हैं ना पूरी ज़िंदगी निकल जाने वाली है. बिकॉज what we just saw today, first of all, hats off to Barcelona, not just being a Barcelona fan, but hats off to Barcelona, because this team, even though playing against such a physical Atletico Madrid side, kept up with their physicality, with their pace, with their power, and at the same time did not lose touch to their brand of football, which is something we don't see very much nowadays. But honestly guys, Atletico Madrid as a team should be ashamed of themselves. Lost in the Champions League against a very weak, not even weak, but a very unbalanced Real Madrid side. Lost in the Copa del Rey against Barcelona, playing a rubbish bullshit game. First leg was such a crazy game, they played such good football. Second game they went two steps back, played such bullshit rubbish football. And honestly guys, if there is one thing that I would say to this Real Madrid team out of as a gesture, would be is to have some sort of identity, because this team, instead of playing football, they always want to make rough tackles, make challenges, stop the game, and that is not how you play. You don't play your own game and don't let others play the game. That is not how you play a football match. But then again, this must be their identity. Knowing Diego Simeone, I think this is the brand of football that he's always played. So, but honestly guys, tonight's game was, I don't know how it was still 1-0. At least I don't know how Barcelona did not score more than 3-4 goals. And this is where I come to the last video that I posted, which was कि इतने गोल्स मारने के बाद में भी, मोस्ट गोल्स स्कोर्ड बाय एनी टीम इन यूरोप दिस सीजन होने के बाद भी, दिस टीम somehow is creating so many chances that it seems that whatever they're missing is normal. It's not normal. If any other team in Europe right now would be missing these chances, what they're missing right now, Barcelona is missing right now, it would honestly be criminal. But the इतना ओवर अबंडेंस हो चुका है चांसेस का कि if they miss 2 or 3 crucial chances, it's going to seem normal because they are playing at that level right now. And honestly, this is where Lamine Yamal and Rafinha come in, because even in the last game, what I tried to say about Lamine Yamal was the same thing. He knows when to pass, he knows when to shoot, but somehow he mixes the one with the other. He's done it before, it's not like he hasn't, he's done it before, but sometimes he makes such Dembele type of decisions which makes him break the flow of the game. क्रूशियल गोल स्कोर करने के मोमेंट पे वो ऐसा कुछ ड्रिबल कर देगा या ऐसा कुछ शॉट ले लेगा या पास कर देगा जो नहीं करना चाहिए. एंड द अदर थिंग दैट आई वांट टू एड्रेस वाज द फैक्ट दैट both Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, both of them, I don't know why they act as if they're babies on the field. Lamine Yamal तो फिर भी है 17 साल का, but Rafinha on the other hand, he's a captain, he's a fucking leader of the team. इतना क्या कहते हैं ना ग्रीनटा वाला प्लेयर होने के बाद में भी somehow I see him waving his arms in the air, trying to yell at his teammates for not giving him the final pass, or trying to keep screaming, keep crying, or maybe complaining on the field. Bruno Fernandes type का एक game. It's a bad attitude on the field, and off. It shows that you are always trying to blame your mistakes, or always trying to blame the mistake of the game on someone. Take fucking authority and continue with the game. Always trying to fucking yell at other players. नहीं दिया pass तो नहीं दिया, खुद create कर मार ना. Even though he has been playing amazing, but this is one thing that both Lamine and Rafinha have been doing constantly this season, is the fact that they keep building chances for themselves and for others, but at the same time when someone builds it for themselves, they keep screaming and yelling and complaining. This is one downside of, I think, Barcelona's front line. But other than that, I would like to address the positive out of this game, at least for Barcelona, was how much they have grown defensively. Like 2022-23 season में मुझे याद है this team was peak at defense, but attacking wise they were not as good La Liga वाले season में. But this season you can understand how this team has grown as a defensive side as well, because knowing you have the likes of Inigo Martinez, Ronald Araujo, Kubarsi, Koundé and Balde in the backline, not only gives you a sense of security, but ऐसा भी feel होता है कि in the games, in such games, in physical games, when you play sides like Atletico Madrid, or when you play sides like Osasuna, when you play sides like Getafe, small compact teams who try to play physical football, who try to hurt you, stop the game, it takes one or two players, or at least 1 or 2 3 players who play the same game with them, so that they understand that we won't be holding back. And that is where this team every time shows up, that if you will try to hurt Kubarsi, we have Ronald Araujo who's going to do the same to you. They have players who can play with that physicality, and that is where this team has grown extremely much this season. Atletico Madrid, I think except for 2 players, I don't think they showed any signs of solidarity or any signs of playing a good football game. That was having Sorloth on and having the likes of Julian Alvarez, who's always going to be playing a good game regardless of which team he plays for, because he himself is a good player. He carries the team on his back, and that is what he's been doing for Atletico this season. And guys, El Clasico final, again another El Clasico, and this time I would be a bit मेरे को थोड़ा सा vengeance नज़र आ रहा है. I can see some sort of anger with which Real Madrid will play, because honestly Super Copa España वाला final it was not one for their highlight reel. But looking forward to the Copa del Rey final, because the game last night with Real Madrid and Real Sociedad, I could see only one fault in their team, and that is the defensive, the back line. Although Alaba has returned from injury, this team, the defensive issues, somehow they can't bring it together. Somehow if this team brings together their defensive issues and regains what they lost from last season, if somehow they can bring it together, this team is going to be a crazy unit. Like I said in the previous video, if they bring in some sort of defensive player, maybe a fullback, maybe a centre back, some sort of player who can give support to Rudiger in the defense, this team is going to be crazy. Other than that, guys, last night's game was worthy of a final. It was worthy of a final, because looking at the scoreline, I understood where Real Madrid was lacking, but how they keep coming back from what they're lacking from. Like हर game में, whenever we've seen in the past few years Real Madrid का game खराब जा रहा है, it is the one thing that they keep coming back to, and it's their mentality. You can't break them here, because having players like Rudiger, having players like Valverde, having players like Bellingham, who will fucking give their blood on the field, and that is one thing that I think Real Madrid has in their arsenal, and one thing Barcelona needs to just stay away from. Don't get into situations where it would be you have a 1 goal lead and it's the 85th minute. Real Madrid will come for you. That is the only thing that can break Barcelona down. Other than that, it's going to be a fucking banger, guys. It's going to be an absolute banger of a match, because Real Madrid right now is just 3 points behind Barcelona in the La Liga, and Barcelona, as you know, they have been unbeaten in 2025. So I think this El Clasico Copa del Rey final, if it delivers, if it goes down with the potential that it has, all the players are available, all the top players are available, and all the tactics are set in order, flow में चल रहे हैं, maintained flow में चल रहे हैं, then this match has the potential to be the best match of this season. It has the potential. Honestly, last night's match proved one thing more, was the fact that Real Madrid, somehow or the other, they have the players to create goals. They have players who can create goals out of nowhere. Then that is where the first goal from Endrick was not expected, but the way that they executed that goal shows if this team brings out if they channel out their inner creativity, this team is fucking unstoppable, guys. And that is the one thing that Barca needs to look out for. These are the two things that Barca needs to look out for. One is the mentality, and the other is the, you know, the lapse in concentration, so that they can get the creative side out. But overall, this game is going to be a banger of a game, and we move, guys, we move.